Hey, hello fellow faculty members. Jim Tabor here. I wanted to take a minute to talk about the theme for the upcoming school year. So I don't know if you remember, but in the fall we had sent out a survey looking at different core values that the Catholic Identity Group had identified. And from that, we got some input from the faculty of both schools and also from the students at Regis. And the number one value that both the faculties and the Regis students identified was this idea of community. How do we be a community of love? And so that's why we decided that community would be the theme for the upcoming school year. So after we had that as a theme, we started to look for a scripture passage that we thought captured that idea of community. And that's when we came up with Acts 2:42, which states, "They devoted themselves to the teaching of the apostles and to the communal life, to the breaking of the bread and to prayers." And so we thought that scripture passage would give us something all to really grasp onto to help us think about, how can we live community better here as a school. So we took all that and then we wanted to have a prayer for the year. So we turned to the expert theologians that we have here within our teaching and student community. We asked the elementary school kids at the lower levels to come up with a prayer for the year. And they are truly the real theologians because they're new to the faith. And they just seem to be able to state, publicly, which all of us should hold in our heart. And from that, we got a lot of entries for the prayer. And the one we selected was by Chloe Holmeyer, who talked about this idea of us having to work together for Jesus Christ with the angels and the saints. And then she lays out this beautiful synopsis, basically, of, how should we live out Acts 2:42 as one community. And so we're really excited to have that as the prayer for the year and to help, kind of guide us, the adults, on how to actually live out this Acts 2:42 as a teaching and learning community. The other cool thing that came out of that was Ella Purdy made a beautiful little picture of the Last Supper. And so between the prayer and the picture, we have a nice prayer card. So we took all that information, we generated a letter that will turn into a large poster that we've had for some themes we've done in the past. So you'll see that, when you come back for the start of the school year. Hey, while I got your attention, I also want to talk about, we're going to have 2 retreat days coming up in August. So the first one is for all Regis St. Mary faculty, and that's going to be Monday, August 22nd from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the theme is going to be living Acts 2:42 together as one community. So we really want to take this theme for the year, dive into it, and have it really, influence what we're doing here as a school. And then the second day will be just for new faculty members of both Regis and St. Mary's. And that's going to take place on Tuesday, August 23rd from 9 to 11:30 a.m. And we're going to talk about what does Catholic identity mean here at Regis St. Mary's Catholic School. Okay, so as I finish up, I want to leave you a couple of questions to think about over the summer while you're laying on the beach, relaxing, or going to the woods or the lake, or whatever you're going to do this summer. So there's 4 questions here, and the first one is, how can we together live out Acts 2:42 to help families, students, faculty, and staff? The second one is, if we're trying to grow in community, what should we stop doing? Are there some things we do that impede community? The third question would be, what should we start doing? A good example of something new we started here at Regis this past year that has helped build community is Chris Van Cotter and got some of the parents to make a communal meal for the whole school after our monthly all-school mass that we have. And so we go from, having the Eucharist together, gathering around the altar, the table of the Eucharist, and then after that we go and, have a communal meal together, which has really brought, helped our community. So what should we start doing? So that was an example of something new. And then what should we keep doing but do better? And so as we look around, there's a lot of us doing a lot of things for community. What can we learn from each other that we could share in all our classrooms and do better? So anyway, I hope that gives you something to think about, get excited about. I'm really excited about this idea of building a community here, that teaches kids how to love, learn, lead, and serve as disciples of Christ, and that also informs, what we do as adults and what the whole community does together. So I hope all of you have a great summer. Take care. God bless. Go Rams.